every Thursday at 5 p.m. for Likkle Byte Ideas, where we discuss how Likkle ideas are transformed into big dreams. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Thursday, June 2nd, and the weeks go by so quickly. We are delighted to welcome you to another edition of Likkle Byte Ideas. And for those of you who've heard a lot about our YOLO Summit, we are officially 3 days, well, let's say 2.5 days away, and we are so excited. Let me get my co-host in here. By the way, as you can see, I'm Doreed Whitlock. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Samuel Fields Consulting Group. Let me get my co-host in here, our CEO, Megan Samuel Fields.
Good afternoon, Doreed, and good afternoon to our viewers and listeners. So glad to be here again. The weeks really do come around really quickly.
I know, right? Feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
In any case, it's been a busy week. I know you've been doing the media rounds.
It's been busy.
On literally every television.
Oh my gosh.
You've been on TV, you've been online, you've been
been on the radio stations.
Doing the rounds.
And it's not over yet. There's 2 more to go. Not over yet. There's more to go. But hey, that's what we have to do. We want to get the word out. It's such an exciting youth summit that we're having that we really do need to really pound the pavements and get the word out. And
absolutely. And of course, we're talking about finance. The theme of the youth summit, well, it's the YOLO summit. YOLO, of course, typically means you only live once, but we flip the script and it means youth opportunities, lessons, and outcomes. And money, which is our theme, means maximize opportunities now that empower youth. And of course, we know these days the young people, they want money. They want to make money. They want to spend money. So we're going to talk money. We have 2 amazing guests today, and they're actually going to be speakers at the Youth Summit. So you get an opportunity to get a sneak peek and to get some insider ahead of the summit. We are delighted to welcome our very own Rafika. Will somebody help me? Rafika. I'm very conscious about how I pronounce people's names. We have Rafika Atwood. And she is the executive director at the Wallens Nature Reserve, one of my most favorite places, such a hidden treasure in Antigua and Barbuda. We're delighted. One of the best places, locations in Antigua, middle Antigua. It's like in the center. Wallens Nature Reserve. So, Rafika, welcome to Likkle Byte Ideas.
Good afternoon. I'm glad to be here.
So let's hear your name. You say your name so that Rafika.
Now, is that a combination of both of 2 names or something, or?
No, my name is an Arabic name. It means companion.
Okay, wow.
Companion. Yes, it means companion. I'm not a people person.
Come on. Well, maybe that's why you got the name.
Maybe it's lost in the translation.
I don't know. It means companion, and I'm introvert. I'm an introvert. I prefer books to people.
I don't know. I can't even see that, but we're going to get to that. We're going to be talking about you and all the amazing work that you're doing. It's about socialpreneurship, and she'll tell you all about it. This is one dynamo of a young lady that I'm meeting her for the first time. She's always here on social media doing great things. We're delighted that you're here in the virtual studio with us and that you're going to be a part of the virtual YOLO Summit. So welcome once again. And to our other guests, we have all ladies. This is an all-lady crew tonight. She's all the way from the UK. She's originally from Nigeria, and I'm going to say her name very slowly because I don't want to mispronounce it, but she does have a nickname which I'll revert to once we start the conversation. So it's Oyanike Adetoye. Adetoye. How did I do? Oyanike. So she's in the UK, so it's pretty late in the evening for her. Nike,
Hello.
how are you?
I am good. I'm good. And you did good though. You pronounced it. You're not too far wrong. You did good. So it's pronounced Oyenike. But yeah, let's just go for the
Oyanike.
abridged version. Call me
Nike.
Nike.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nike it is. Because I'm gonna have to keep looking down and focusing, So Nike, that is cool.
That is it. Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
welcome.
so
You're in
honored
the
to be
UK. Now tell us where in the UK you're located. Are you in London?
So I live in Reading. So Reading is just like 14 minutes drive away from London. So it's not very far from the city, from London. But I've lived in UK for 2 decades now, for 20 years. And today is quite significant actually in the UK. So we are celebrating we're celebrating our Queen today, 70 years on the throne. So today is a bank holiday in the UK and tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So we have a very long Jubilee celebration weekend.
Nice.
You know what?
So
That's interesting you said that. I said it's interesting that you said that because I was there for the 60th.
Amazing. Amazing.
Was
it's
that the same year of the
now.
Olympics?
That's correct.
And it was the same time of the Olympics,
70.
right? Oh, I bought so many souvenirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I was there for that. Yep. Great. I actually bought some tea towels and gave them to friends, and they were like, they thought they were so special. I found them in the souvenir shop, and I think.
Amazing.
Oh, I think your internet is a little bit choppy.
Mine is?
Are you hearing her clearly, or is it me?
No, I think she's breaking up.
Yeah.
I can hear.
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
I am?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh,
Hearing you now.
Apologize.
Hearing you now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It happens.
All right. So, ladies, welcome. We want to talk about money and, the money lifestyle and how we can live better lives, manage our comfortably in our lifestyle. So I want to start with you, Rafika. What does money mean to you? What is your money mantra? How do you see money?
I see money as a way to empower myself, the others around me. I see it as a tool because if you don't have any money, you can't do anything. That's the fact. I started university recently, so that question came up, and I said to them, "You might want a fancy cell phone, you might want a new house, you might want a new car. And you don't have money, you don't have anything. So money has power."
That's fantastic. How about you, that. DK?
She said it just perfectly well. Money is just a tool to make things happen. So as long as we are here on planet Earth, we need money for survival. So you say money, they say the world revolves around money. It's anything starting from what you eat, what you drink, where you live, where you go, what you achieve. Everything has to do with money, whether you're going to have a family or not, whether you're going to live. Everything evolves around money. Even the simple basic thing of cup of tea, everything involves around money. Yeah, a lot of people say it doesn't bring happiness, but the lack of it makes life very, very miserable. So it's just a tool, and I think it's just one of those blessings that we've been blessed with for us to live a comfortable life and for us to enjoy and for us to be okay while we're here on planet Earth. It's a tool.
It's a tool.
That's it.
But it's a tool that we need to know how to use wisely.
That is it. Just like any tool,
is
like in the hand of any person, can do nothing except it's been used. Let's think of it as an hammer. Hammer is a tool, and hammer on its own does nothing.
Absolutely.
But hammer, if you want to, you can use it to build, to make something good. You can use it to destroy, to pull down a structure. The same thing applies to money. Just see it as a tool. You can use it to do a lot of good things, to live a comfortable life, to fulfill purpose, to travel, to fulfill, to accomplish destiny. And you can use it to do a lot of bad things. People say money amplifies who you are. If you are really good, Money brings out that beauty of goodness out of you. That's just one of the goodies of being a tool in the right hand. So yes, it's a tool. In the right
Love it.
hand, it does wonders. In the wrong hand, it does havoc.
Havoc. I like that. That's so true.
And
That
all I
is
will say
so
is let the
true.
church say amen.
Amen.
No, that's really good advice. And for those of you who have young people in your circles on your contact list, please send them the information. It's samuelfieldsconsulting.com. Nikkei is going to be one of our amazing speakers, as well as Rafika. And from Nikkei's explanation, they're going to be in for a wealth of knowledge about finances. But Rafika, you recently, tell us about what you do. Tell us about Wallings Nature Reserve, your entire journey in terms of bringing a place that had been neglected. No one, paid much attention to it. You helped to bring it to life. And now it is maybe not as thriving yet as you would like, but it's definitely on the list of places to see in Antigua, in that area. And of course, with all of the work that you have done, we are so proud to announce that you were awarded you got a Queen's Award for the work that you've been doing. So talking about the Queen, Nikkei, that was a nice segue. I said, wow, I guess Nikkei was on our Facebook page. It's a holiday anyway. So we're celebrating the Queen, and we're also celebrating our local Queen, Rafika, who got the award. So tell us about your journey, how this all came about, your passion. Tell us everything.
I would have received the first email in 2016 from somebody indicating that they think I have what it takes to transform Wallings. And this was me. I was 29 at the time. I don't want to take on that responsibility. I don't want that stress. I really don't want to do anything because at the end of the day, I'm not going to get any money. So I was thinking money then. I read the email, put it back as unread, and I remember complaining one morning. I was going to the same Wallings and the tree had fallen across the road. Before going into being the executive director full time, I am a female logger. So I'm one of the female loggers in Antigua and Barbuda. I have to ride the donkey, bring the load out of the bushes. And we were going in to check. We had some heavy winds and we were going in to check. And a tree had fallen across the road, and I was complaining. And I remember being told, you're just like the rest Antiguans complaining about something needs to be done, and you're not doing something. Try and fail, then fail to try. And I would have answered the email to get the not-for-profit company. So it's not a friendly society. It's not a community association. It's a not-for-profit company, because I would have done my research and realized that we like to see people doing things and they're getting big money and just put in our hands. So what I did, I protected the community that the company is going to fall in the space that we're going to manage. Started in 2018 on a 10 by 10 tent. Still have that tent frame. We've just bought covers constantly. There were no restroom facilities at Wallings, so we would have gotten porta potties, and then we had the fancy porta potties where you could flush the porta potty, use up the foot pump to wash your hands. And I started to beg money because the worst I can hear is no, and that's my mantra. The worst you can hear for anything is no. Don't be afraid to ask. The worst somebody's going to tell you yes or no, or if they say maybe, you have a chance. If they're thinking about it, they're on defense. When we started, I would have come up with a trail system. So what is happening at Wallings is that I am the what if person. So I am the crash dummy. So I would have put myself in a situation, if I get lost, what if? And this was how the trail system was designed. So each trail at Wallings now has its own color and numbered flag. So any direction you're coming from, whether you're coming from up or down, you can see the information for the flag. And the flag was designed for persons. If somebody cannot read, but they can tell a color, they can look for the color. Right. If somebody cannot read, but they can count, you have a number. And if you can read, count, whatever, the information is there. So the flags were not just randomly designed, they were designed to accommodate everybody, because some persons are colorblind, but they can read and they can call numbers. So that was the reason why the flags were designed the way. Another thing we did, we noticed that every time you fall on or something happens, you look up. So we've put the flags above your head. So you're going ahead, you're going to look ahead or look up, and you're going to see the flags. Then we started to put in signage. So we got signage in Wallings to indicate this is where you're going, that is where you're going. And I said to somebody, put on the phone number. So if they get lost on the trails and they don't remember what I said while I was doing orientation, you can have a conversation with me as if I'm standing right there. I remember a few weeks ago, I was in the kitchen at home cooking, and a gentleman was on the trail, and I was speaking to him. And by the time I got to work, he was like, "How did you know to tell me to get off the trail and you weren't standing there?" I put myself in the situation. So when it's maintenance, when it's trail marking, I am outside because I am usually the person that everybody's going to call because they want the answers from. Okay, the Wallings Reservoir itself, it has not been cleaned in over 30 years. So we would have
Wow.
Wow.
gotten funding from a donor and we would have taken out the excess trees that are in the reservoir and then cut the road that existed before. So now you have an opportunity to walk from one, you can walk right around the whole reservoir so you can see the trenches that bring in
It's
the
a
water.
beautiful place.
Yeah, so we've created a tour specifically for that, and we call it the Wallings Eco Tour. So the person's leaving off of the cruise ship now, not just walk to the picnic area and turn around. You walk around the whole reservoir, get to see the reservoir from a different angle, because looking at it
Nice.
from south to north it gives you a whole different view.
Mm.
Then we started a reforestation project. So the reforestation project, when I said it to the first donor, she's like, "Girl, you have some high ambitions." And what I love about it is you would have done a small test to see if it works, and we go from there. We started taking out the invasive lemongrass because, hey, I remember tears coming out of my eyes. We're maintaining this place, and somebody decided to light the grass on fire,
Oh,
and we have now lost 80% of the upland forest. So the
oh,
reforestation project is to basically put back in the 80% that we've already lost with food and forestries. So we're doing a combination of local agriculture and forests. Can't remember the name right now, it'll probably come to me later in the interview. So we started doing reforestation. There's a pond on the hill. That's why they call the hill Seston Rock. So whenever you see Antigua is having a really bad drought, that pond is dry. And I've never seen it dry. So it goes really low. And then by the time it looks like it's going to empty, the rain comes, fills it back up, fill up the other
mm-hmm.
part. Would have gotten a heavy duty excavator up the hill. So chain wheel got up the hill. There was a road before. It's going to take a lot of money to fix it. So we cleaned the pond. We started reforestation.
Mm-hmm.
Project was going well until we had a malicious livestock farmer releasing his goats on the hill, claiming that the goats were always
Oh,
there. And I'm saying this on this live stream is that the actions to date are malicious. I don't know why people think they're sabotaging something because
It's horrible.
you're harming me, you're harming yourself. We would
Yes.
have lost over 1,200 trees. So we would
oh
have planted
no.
over 1,200 trees. We've had over 400 volunteers. I feel bad because it's not a place where you can just walk to, you have to hike. It's 2.24 miles away from administration. And imagine somebody getting up on Sunday, because we try to go every Sunday. So Sunday is a day, we're planting trees at Wallings. Imagine persons that are having activity for their children on the weekends to go and plant trees. Organizations, hotels, schools, churches are coming to plant. And you just release your goat to eat all these plants. And you're saying that person should not feel anyway because up there doesn't need any trees. We've lost the forest. We can't allow
Mm.
the lemongrass to take over anymore because we're not going to have anything. And it's going to segue later into the conversation about climate change. We're sitting
Yes.
down, patting our faces, drinking additional water because the place is extremely hot. We're not getting any rain because we don't have any trees to pull the indicate to the sky that we need water to fall because the invasive lemongrass has taken over. It's
Mm.
ironic that the lemongrass is all over Antigua, but here is Little Wallings trying to make a difference with it persons taking or swapping, notice the word swap,
Oh
lemongrass for
no.
trees. They're taking it and making it a problem.
But
How?
hold that thought, Rafika, because I want to bring in Nike. And it's interesting when you were talking about planting, replenishing, growing, there's so much symbolism between planting, growing trees, planting seeds as it relates to managing money. And so we're going to come
Absolutely.
back to you, Rafika, because I want to hear all this work. Social entrepreneurship is about doing good, but finding a way to monetize it. You have to live, you have to eat. You may not want to be rich right now, but there has to be some return that allows you to at least earn a living and at least, recoup your investment. So when we come back, we want to hear about your plans for monetization and, of course, the whole concept of social entrepreneurship, how we can get more persons involved and committed to it. So we're going to come right back, but I want Nikkle, who has, if we didn't say this before, she has written 11 books, 11 as in 11 books. I was blown away when we first met her. And she's working on her 12th right now. And she has the most amazing names this lady is a marketer. And finance and marketing, that is a powerful combination. Because there's so few people who can combine the two. I was once hired by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. They interviewed me in January and told me, we like you, but you're not an accountant. We're looking for an accountant. We need someone who's a CPA to understand this practice. And I said, fine. I had a job. I didn't care. And they came back for me in December and said they had hunted far and wide and they had not met anyone else that they thought understood. And they said, we suddenly realized that the combination that we were looking for as far as marketing and finance is really hard to find. So I am so impressed by the body of work that you have done and just the titles. I haven't gotten around to ordering or reading any of your books yet, I confess, but I'm intrigued by the marketing side of it, but I will get around to ordering a couple of your books, and we actually want to give away at least one of your books to our participants so that you can get some exposure and get people excited about reading more about financial advice. So enough talking from me. We brought you here to tell us about your your pursuits and also your philosophy as it relates to money management, particularly for the youth, which I know that you focus on. So take it away, Nikkle.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'm so blown away now. You're telling me I'm good in marketing? when you're an entrepreneur.
Those topics blew me away. You know my favorite. I told you my favorite already. Financial.
Of course.
Yeah, you do.
Financial feminists.
Yeah. I dabbled into personal finance because of the situation I was in. You see, let me bring it back to when I was little. So when I was little, my mom didn't have a lot. Money was very, very tight. So I've experienced a first hand of being not having much. So I remember when I was little, when anyone ever asked me that, what will you like to be when you grow up? This is as little as 7, 8 years old. I always tell people that I want to be a rich woman. You can imagine. I wouldn't tell them I want to be a doctor or to be a lawyer. I said just want to be a rich woman.
That's
and the
funny.
reason why I always say that was I've seen my mom go through the strain and the stress of just making ends meet, of just cutting so many jobs just for us to have a roof over their head and to have 3 hot meals to eat in a day. And, this part of empathy in me is always like, I want to be rich so I can help my mom. And not only my mom, but everyone that is struggling financially. So when I grew up with this mindset of I need a why for why I have to be rich. I want to be a wealthy woman. So one of my why was I want to change the legacy. So legacy of lack and want of not having enough. I want to change it. And then the second why was I wanted to rewrite the history. You see, my mom, unfortunately, she's not here at the moment. She died 17 years ago. Oh. My mom she struggled almost throughout her life financially. So another why I had at the time was I want to rewrite the history. That's from generation poverty, lack, debt ends with the generations before me. But from my generation and the generation to come after me is going to be life of more than enough and life of abundance. My third why was I want to be blessed to be a blessing. See, giving is a big part of big thing for me. That's why I love this summit you are doing. You are giving, you are empowering, you are blessing life, you are changing destiny, you are remolding futures of this future generation of this youth.
Yes.
And I said, I cannot give what I don't have. So that is another big why. See, I really need to have money for me to be a blessing to generate. So I grew up with this mindset that I need to learn about money. Growing up, moving to England, history kind of wanted to repeat itself. I find myself in debt. I find myself I was working, but I had nothing to show for it. I find myself in this cycle of living paycheck to paycheck until I realized that I need to revisit my why. And that's when I took personal finance seriously. I need to learn about money. See, they always say it's not how much you earn, but how much you keep. But money management is just a biggie. A lot of people are earning a lot of money, but they have no savings.
Exactly.
A lot of people are making a lot of money, but they have no investment. So this is just a big thing. So that's how that story of me getting into personal finance started. I was able to clear my debt. I became completely debt free. In fact, one of the biggest testimony I have is I have no debt. Even the house we live in, the mortgage is fully paid for.
Excellent.
When I started experiencing this lifestyle change, as in when things started changing positively for me, I said, I'm gonna tell the whole world on how I did it. It wasn't easy. If it were to be easy, everybody's gonna be millionaires. That's why Lifted Finance started. It's just to empower people and just to walk them through the process. Look, it's not difficult, but you have to be committed. You have to want it. I always tell people, tell me your why, because it was my why that actually kept me going to get to where I am, that I'm financially free now. That's how the whole journey started in personal finance. Now, I'm going to flip it quickly to the books. See, I always encourage people, and I look forward to speaking to the youths on Sunday. Get yourself a mentor, get yourself a coach, get yourself someone you look up to who's going to guide you, get yourself sponsors. I have a business coach. I am very gifted. In fact, I used to think this gifting of writing, everybody's got it. So every morning I wake up and I just write. Every day I write at least minimum of a chapter of a book every day. I just write and just think and I just write. But I didn't see anything spectacular about it until my coach, my business coach, told me one day that I have a gift of writing. I said, really? That's not part of the vision of Lifted Finance. The vision of Lifted Finance is just to encourage people and help them to get out of debt, to manage their money, to invest for future. Well, he told me that every day I post on my various social media platforms, every single morning, apart from Sundays. And I always I call them nugget. And this man said, each of those, and this man is even a pastor. He said each of those words actually resonate with him, even flip it into the Bible. And sometimes say, this girl is actually really gifted, but I didn't know it. And it just encouraged me that you have this gifting of writing, that he want me to think about it and start writing. I said, okay, that's another thing I'm going to talk to the kids about, the youth about, when I speak to them about taking action. Because it's one thing for someone to see a talent in you, right, and to spot it and to tell you that you've got it. Is another thing for you to just hold on to that advice and run with it and just see whether it's true or not. So I remember learning how to self-publish. I read books. I was like, okay, let me give it a go. I published the first one. That year,
nice.
I published 3 that year. The following year, I published 5. The year after, I published another 2. So it just realized that something I enjoy, and you know something that actually the biggest thing I'm so grateful for was these books are getting to where I cannot physically get to. Because one of the complaints I used to tell him then that people are not inviting me to speak in an engagement. And I have so much inside of me that I want to spread out to the world. But these books are going to where I can actually have never been. I was looking at my Amazon report a while ago, and someone from Japan bought my books.
Excellent.
I have no clue. This is a continent I've never been. So
Right.
this work of just spreading the word of hope when it comes to money management is going far beyond where I can physically even get to.
Spreading
So really,
seeds.
really spreading. So really, really, really grateful for that. So that's how the journey started. Yeah,
Awesome.
book number 12 and 13 are being worked on at the moment. I take my time just to make sure the people are thinking that, why is she just dropping it every month? But I take my time. But it's just something that I just enjoy doing. My me time, I don't watch telly. When I just really want to unwind, I just get my pen and paper or laptop or tablet and I just type away.
I am
Okay.
so blown
Something
away.
tells me something tells me another Queen's Award might be on its way sometime soon.
And something tells me after Sunday, another book is going to
Oh
be
my
birthed.
goodness, yes. A virtual tour to Wallens Dam or something.
Oh, that is so awesome. So
That is
young people,
amazing.
this is why the young people have to come to the YOLO Summit. We're going to hear so much more from Oyenike as well as Rafika.
Yes.
I
Two
only have
ladies.
one book and it's a coloring book. Just saying.
All right. There you go. That's
And it's a
important.
Wallings coloring book.
No, that's good stuff. Adult coloring is a big deal.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, it
And we
is a
actually
big
have a coloring exercise that we do at our conferences. You just reminded me we have to load up our coloring book so people can,
Absolutely.
once they're doing their virtual.
Maybe get the Wallings Dam.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, we'll talk about getting a nice image and get it turned around for for people to. We'll talk about it.
Yes,
But Megan,
yes.
before we come back to these two amazing ladies, do we have any questions?
We have some comments.
Okay, we love comments.
So, from one of our favorite viewers, Miriam Samuel, that's our mom. She says, present, please. She tries not to miss a show. Patricia Willock says, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Pat. Nice to see you or to hear you. And then we do have another comment from Inga Yulin Jarvis, another popular one. She's our aunt. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm listening to the live chat. So you can send your comments and questions in. We love to hear from you.
Yep, and tell us, give us your feedback. Have you been to Wallens Nature Reserve? Tell us how wonderful it is. Tell us about your experiences. Have you been to London? Tell us about your experiences. Have you met the Queen? Tell us about your experiences.
Are you coming to YOLO? Tell us that you've registered.
And if you're not coming, have you told your children, your grandchildren, your godchildren, your nieces, your nephews, your neighbors, your church friends, everyone?
It's free, so come on out.
Yep. So we're going to double back to Rafika. Rafika, this is a lot of work that you're doing, a lot of effort. You will be blessed abundantly. I know you get a lot of joy from what you do. And, it's good that you're at least getting the recognition from the authorities. I see you involved in a lot of different tourism-related activities. So it looks like, you're getting more and more recognition for the important work that you do. But you got to get paid. You have to live. So tell us about social entrepreneurship. How have you been able to put your good works, transform your good works into a monetary kind of model? And what are your long-term plans for social entrepreneurship?
When we started Wallings, we started even to open the bank accounts. We would have gotten donations to do that. The company is not generating enough revenue. Still, the grant side, so we have two sides, and this is something that stumps everybody because it's not a normal not-for-profit. It's cut into operations and grants and donations. So we would have gotten over $200 and something thousand in grants, and I wish I was making that on the operation side. So what I've done, I've been using grant funds to put in infrastructure, so things like administration, restroom. Those would then in turn allow operations to make money. So we offer guided
Right.
tours, we offer souvenirs, self-guided tours. And what has happened is that I am now getting hired as a consultant. So
Nice.
persons are
Great.
hiring
I love
me
that.
to design all things across the Caribbean region. So if they don't want me in Antigua, the Caribbean wants me. So
Fantastic.
Girl, we
I
want
get
you. We want you.
paid as a consultant because I remember going
Fantastic. As you
into
should.
a recent competition and I was
I
explaining to
did
them
see
about
that. Congratulations. I
yes, I
did
got
vote for
4
you.
awards in May. It was 4 awards in May.
Oh, nice.
I got one in community tourism, one in wellness tourism, one in indigenous women, and the last one was from the Queen.
Oh, that's excellent.
And when
Yeah.
and
Good
when is the
stuff.
book coming out?
I am working on it.
Speak to Oyanike. She
Yeah,
can help
Oyanike is a
you.
I'm
She's
dynamo.
working on.
self-published.
I might probably just have her interview me and then she writes the book because the
No,
story
sounds
is
like a book.
long. It's long, and I'm not done. Still have more to go.
Nice.
So I remember presenting to the panel of judges, and they were saying that the trade system cannot work, and I said it is working. So what I've done at Wallings is given other persons an opportunity. So we had someone from the community making the lemongrass fudge. So we use the lemongrass that is there and we make a drink with it. So we have it with sugar, no sugar, with honey, and we make it with carbonated water. Then you have
Oh,
then
Nice.
you have the lemongrass soap. So you have the lemongrass soap, the foaming hand soap, and then you have the bar soap. So that's the lemongrass. Then you have the lemongrass candle. You have the lemongrass tea bag. You
Oh,
have your
that's wonderful.
fresheners. So that's just one product from the lemongrass. I am a certified hydroponics farmer and I'm also an agro processor. So I'm one of those persons that stress bake. So if I'm really stressed out, you're gonna find me in the kitchen, whipping up
Right.
something together, putting something together. So I
Hmm.
usually make so we have lots of guava trees at Walling. So I make the guava
Yes.
jam, the guava juice, the guava cheese. And I'm going to be experimenting with the mangoes because we have lots of mangoes. So I'm
Yes.
going to get a dehydrator and I'm going to be experimenting with the mangoes. I remember while I was doing my course, I did guava sorbet, ice pop, guava
Oh,
jam, guava
nice.
cheese. So I am one of those persons that jump in. So it's summer is coming up, so the persons that are booking their summer tours, they're either getting finger rolls, so we set finger rolls or banana bread. So whatever one we have in
Finger
abundance, we
rose
use
bread.
that.
That must be
Yes,
interesting.
yes.
That's a
It's
delicacy.
really tasty, finger roast bread, and then we do the red pudding. And then for the adults, I make the sauce from scratch. So I'm a stress baker, I'm a stress cooker. So you find
it's
me
nice.
when I'm having issues, I can't solve something, going to go into the kitchen, whip up something, and then I have persons always saying, "Oh, when you're stressed, call me because I know I'm going to be getting a meal."
So
Nice.
are your products branded? I mean, are you going to do a
Yes.
product line?
Yes, we have. We ask persons to ensure that we don't take credit. We just open a market for them. The only thing that belongs to us is the bar soap and the lemongrass punches. But if somebody's selling a
Oh,
candle, we want them to get an opportunity for them to market. We just ensure that it is well labeled so that the persons coming to Wallings off of the cruise ship can pack it in their bag, take it with them while they
right.
live in the
Right.
country because of the type of the branding standards.
Yes.
Nice.
So it gives
But
other persons an
I like
opportunity.
that.
Yes.
but
Yeah.
Rafika, I have a question for you. I have always said that lemongrass to me, when you have lemongrass, I've had it in a punch and different things, orange juice and grapefruit juice and all kinds of stuff. To me, um, especially when it's cold, and I love it cold, it's like Snapple. Does Snapple have a lemongrass?
I don't know. We have to check the
You know,
label.
don't you think cold lemongrass tastes? Every time I drink a Snapple, it tastes
I'm
like
not a
lemongrass to
Snapple
me.
drinker, but lemongrass iced tea has such a lovely taste.
It's lovely.
It's yeah, very, very
It's
lovely.
lovely.
But
Yeah.
Rafika, I like what you're saying about giving others an opportunity, and perhaps this is something that young persons can get involved in providing some type of product
Yes, because
that they can
summer is
use.
coming up we have
Yeah.
bookings. Maybe we might have 5 bookings for the day, and you're a social entrepreneur and you're at home and you sell cakes or you do baking. We probably reach out to you and say to you, can you provide the snack for from Wednesday? And you make some money, because at the end of the day, the organization is growing. And then when the tourism season opens and you have buses coming constantly every day, we don't want to turn it into a vendor spot. We want to give you the opportunity for us to sell it for you in an area where we have the traffic coming. You might not have the time because most persons are doing it as a side hustle, doing it as a way to make extra money. So you don't have to find the market. We're going to be your market for you. Just ensure that
That's
you have proper
fantastic.
labeling, etc., etc., and we sell it for you.
So the young people need to understand about money management. They need to understand about starting their business. So they need to come to the YOLO.
And also, we're going to have an innovation. Nika, I'm coming back to you because I want to hear your thoughts about this whole community coming together and pooling resources and monetizing it. I really want to talk about that because you have such great insights in terms of how people, can spend their money, save their money. But I want to hear a bit more about investment. So we'll get back to you to talk about that in greater detail. But I want to let everyone know that one of the features of the YOLO Summit is going to be the Innovation Incubator. And Rafika, I don't know if you've been, we have you as a speaker, but you certainly have an opportunity to be a part of it. What it is, it's a virtual exhibit hall. Younger people today, that's their language. My 2 daughters are in 2 different rooms, and instead of going out and speaking to each other, they're texting. I just don't get it. It's like texting. Texting is their language. And so this innovation incubator, you can engage with vendors, can engage with the attendees either through virtual chat or video chat, which is how younger people communicate anyway. They order everything online, so the face-to-face is not as important to them. So we're trying to see how we can make some of these connections using technology. So this event focuses, it's at the intersection of technology and also finance. Megan, we're going to talk to Nike a bit about monetizing your talents, your ideas, your hobbies. But Megan, we need a list of, be on standby to read a list of some of the exciting sessions that we will be offering.
Just say the word. So I'm ready.
You probably have to know them off the top of your head. But
just
Nike, you've done enough interviews in the past couple of days.
I tell you.
But Nike, tell us about, what are your thoughts on, especially since COVID? People were at home. Even you talked about doing some of your best writing during COVID. We're all now aware that we need multiple streams of income. And, a lot of people are discovering talents they didn't even know that were marketable. Yeah. Tell us about that. What is your advice for someone who does something kind of like a side hustle, a hobby? How do you take that type of enterprise or that idea to an enterprise?
In fact, what Rafika said was just absolutely mind-blowing. Because I used to tell people that making an income is very simple. There is a need, you provide a service, there's a problem, you solve the problem, and then you get rewarded for it. So when you're working in an organization or a company, there is a need for you to provide the service in that company. That's why you were hired. That's why you were employed. You provide the service and you get your allowance or you get your salary at the end of every month. The same thing applies in all the world. There is a problem. So there's a need that anytime they go to Rafika's where she works, there's a need. People will get hungry. People will need to drink.
Exactly.
You provide a solution to that problem and you get rewarded for it. So one of the things I'm really passionate about telling the youth in the book Financially Smart Teens and Young Adult book that I wrote, I listed almost 120 ways of making an income.
Yes.
So a lot of people have this mindset that until you go to a 9 to 5 job, you're not earning money. But I strongly believe there's just so much creativity inside all of us that we can monetize to earn a living. So I told people that with just a laptop and a smartphone, a lot of people are commanding millions and they're making
Isn't
money.
that amazing?
That's so true.
I'm telling you, with just talents. And I used to tell people that multiple streams, when COVID hit and a lot of people were affected.
Yes.
They were affected because a lot of people only rely on just one income.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people lost their job at that time. So when their source of livelihood, when that job was taken away from them, they find themselves in a mess. That's why I will always tell people multiple streams of income is a must. It's not even should I, it is you have to have. Start thinking. And I tell you, start thinking, what virtue have I got that I can monetize? I have so many examples. So one of my very close friends, he was struggling financially. And I was like, what can you do? He said, what do I mean? I said, what can you do? He said, you love barbing here. I said, you love barbing here? I said, that's good. Then have you ever thought of being like a mobile barber? He said, no, not really. I barb it free from my friend. I said, man, you need to start asking money for the barbing of here. So he just started this mobile barber business. I have girls. I have a lot of friends that have boys. So what he did a very small slip. He sent it to me on WhatsApp. He said, this is my details. Can you help me spread it to your friends that have children? I will come to them instead of them taking their kids to the barber shop. I have no clue what moms of boys go through when those boys don't sit still at the barber shop because I don't have a boy. Exactly. Do you know what I did? I sat down even on my staircase and I sent that flyer to almost all my friends that have boys. This boy's phone never stopped ringing.
Wow.
And he's even so gifted. You know how those footballers cut their hair that they put part in, they do that? He can do it. So the parents still pay exactly the same amount, but this guy come to them. They don't have to go to the barber shop. Within a month, this man made within a week, he made almost what he makes in 3 months within a week. His phone never stopped ringing. And he did it around the time that works for him, that is convenient for him. During lockdown, another quick example, one of my friends loved running, and she also loved dogs. During the lockdown, a lot of people are even as scared of even opening their window, talk less of going out. So this my friend reached out and said, she said she's thinking of doing like a dog walk around the neighborhood. Do I think people will be interested? I said, you asking me? People will be interested. I'm talking about creative insights to make money. So what she did, she just wrote a little slip. She dropped it through the doorpost, and she said, does your dog fancy a work? I can do this for you. £20 per hour. I will walk your dog for 60 minutes every day. Let me know. Our phone did not stop ringing. Now, doing two things she loved doing. Running at a time that is convenient for her, and also with animals that she loved, dogs.
Yes.
So in the evening, she has a list of 4 dogs, and she's doing her exercise and counting her 10,000 steps every day. Just to make, and within a week, this girl, within 6 months, around the time we were completely locked down, what this girl made within 6 months over just that side hustle of working dog was more than what she makes in 2 years when it comes to a salary of 25 job. So there's so many creativity and skill set that we have that can bring in money. That I always encourage, think outside of the box. What can you do? Now, if you think, I went back to school to get my accountancy qualification. My first degree was computer science. But if you think you can't go back to school or the brain is just too, you can't handle it, that's okay. Partner with those that has the talent or the gifting you need. Let me give a quick one about this. So I have a friend, she told me recently, she said she's an event planner. I said, okay, what does that do? What does that involve? She said, I organize your event for you from start to finish. I said, that sounds really good. So I don't need to talk to a photographer. I don't need to talk to a chef. I don't need to talk to a florist. I don't need to talk to She does all that for me. I only deal with her. And she'll give you a bill and you pay her. Now, she doesn't know how to bake, but she's connected to bakers. She doesn't know how to cook. She's connected to restaurant holders that will cook the 3-course meal. She doesn't know how to take pictures. She's connected to a professional photographer. She's even connected to the cleaning company that will clean up when the event is done. After every event she organizes, she makes a minimum of almost £2,000 just her money for just coordinating and just project management, all the other people that are doing the work for her. Business. She doesn't have the skill, but she's connected to so many people that have the skill set, and that job is get done. So there's
she has good project management skills.
I'm telling you, there's just so many things that we've got in house. You know, someone that can do something else. I have a referral scheme as well. If you refer someone to do like company filing with me, I give you money. I give you like a percentage of the invoice. Some people are so good at looking for referrals, and they make money on the side doing it because they know that for every client they refer to you, they get minimum of £40 into the account, and that is just ways outside of that to make money. So side hustle, I love everything Rafika said is amazing, and I want to encourage the youth. It's not only when they flip burger in Burger King that they are making money. They can make money with their talent. They can make money just creating website. They can learn skills. One woman, she was on maternity leave, and she was telling me that she felt that she was just wasting away. I said, what course can you do that will not be too costly? She said she's been thinking about web page designing. I said, go learn it. She invested money in learning, online learning, how to design webs. She only needed one customer. She was able to get one customer. The customer did that work of marketing for her. So just within the 4 corners of her room with her twins, she has twins. She was able, she's managing almost 5 different websites for people, and she's earning money. So I'm gonna start because I'm conscious of
it's
so much
exciting
making money.
And you know what? We can't give away all the company secrets. They have to come out.
Yes, you have to come to the YOLO Summit.
They definitely have to come. There's just so much knowledge. There's so much secret. There's just so much value that there's gonna have to them if they do come. It's just gonna be really, really enlightening for them.
Yes.
That is amazing. Listen,
we have a few more comments.
Okay, let's get some more comments.
I can go through them. Gishan Powell says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Gishan. Nice to have you. We have Denise Armstrong. She says, changing the legacy from poverty to prosperity is a great agenda. And I echo that because we really need to do that. We need to change the legacy. Miriam Samuel, I did not know this, said, my grandfather worked on that dam, so I have connections. Ladies, I am impressed. The sky is the limit. Did you know that, David?
I had no clue. I know her. I know her
family is
came from that area, but I did not know that.
Nice. Okay. Michelle says, Rafika, you are an inspiration. Thanks, Michelle. And Reverend Carter Jarvis says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Reverend Jarvis. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
Fantastic. Right. This has been a really good conversation. And
excellent.
If you want more, you know where to come. It's the virtual YOLO Summit. It's on Sunday from 10 to 7. We recognize that it's going to be a long investment, but the replays will be on YouTube. But we want you to come and participate in these sessions. But of course, we understand that it's a huge investment. That is 9 hours that, most people cannot participate in continuously. Plus in Antigua and Barbuda, it's a holiday weekend. We didn't even realize that when we picked this date, but nonetheless, you can do stuff on the go. We're actually launching our first app, and it should be ready by tomorrow. So it will make staying connected to the sessions a lot easier, because you'll be able to go to our app and actually watch the sessions, as opposed to having to think about the internet and your connectivity and all of that. So we want to see the place. It's a virtual space, so we can hold a whole lot of people So get busy, send the information to, if you're not between the ages of 15 and 35, it's more targeted to the youth. But of course, there's a wealth of information. And like Megan said on the radio today, we don't ask you your age. It's as young as you feel. But we just want people to know that the age group that we're targeting is 15 to 35. The younger people have different needs, and we're here for it. How can we help get our youth back on track, particularly after COVID and everything they've been through? So our time has been far spent.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Nikkle is, what time is it? It's probably almost midnight, if not midnight.
It's 11 o'clock.
Okay,
11,
so we want to make sure that we let you go soon. So we're going to give both of you ladies an opportunity to tell us your Likkle idea. This is a show about ideas. And of course, as we always say, Megan, we haven't said it in a while. If I have an idea,
and you have an idea,
that's great. We each have an idea.
Just ideas.
But when we begin to pool our ideas, that's when we have those eureka moments and great things can happen because we're working together. Yep. So we're all about the ideas. Someone plants a seed, someone mentions something and it sets you thinking. We're here like your friend who brings the facilitator who brings everyone together. We're here for it. We want to make sure that all of our innovators, our ideators, our creative people have the resources and the connections that can help them grow. So, Nikkle, what is your Likkle idea? Do you guys say Likkle in Nigeria too? Likkle?
No, little.
You do?
We say little. Just the KK is TT, just like in English, British English.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
no, it meant
as our dialect.
Our dialect. Our local dialect.
Amazing. I love that. I love that. Okay. Straight to the point, I will say take action. And why did I say that? Because a lot of the things they are going to learn or they're going to hear on Sunday are things that are not new to them. There are things they've probably heard before. Yes, some of them, they're going to learn a lot of new things. But the difference between a successful person and someone that will remain the same, I also say the difference between someone that will be financially successful or someone that will remain just on the same poor is if they take action.
Yeah.
So a lot of things you're going to learn, they shouldn't just take it as same old.
Yes.
You need to implement what is being taught. So they're going to learn how to budget. Let them try and practice budgeting. They're going to learn how to invest. They should go straight away and open a custodial or investment account.
Yes.
They're going to learn how to make money, how to save money, how to grow money. They shouldn't just learn it and just keep it to their heart. They need to practice it.
Yes.
Because practice or taking action is what is going to differentiate them. Now, if we do this again come next year, they will have something, big testimonies to share with us.
Absolutely.
Because of this we did last year, I'm in a better position today.
Fantastic. That warmed my heart.
Because they took action. I love
that
it.
Is it.
Yeah, love it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Rafika, what is your Likkle idea?
Fear has no place in growth. Sometimes we're our biggest enemies and we doubt ourselves. And we need to get away from doing things for others and do it for yourself. If you want to sell ice cream because you're comfortable selling ice cream. And what I keep telling my daughters is that if you do something that you love, you never work a day in your life.
Yes.
So true.
So fear, that word, that four-letter word, FEAR, has no place in growth.
I love it. And that's so true.
It is.
That's what keeps us back. That's what keeps us back, of fear.
Absolutely.
What will the other person say? Will I fail? Will I do it? Will I be good enough?
And failure is not something that we should take as stopping. When I started university, I started recently. My mentor, because I have a mentor, she said to me, I need you to get C's. And I'm like, why are you not telling me to get A's and B's? She's like, no, you have too much going on in your life to try to get an A or a B. C's get degrees. Because persons need to look at what is happening in that person's life, what's happening in your life. You didn't fail. You can do better, but I don't want you going crazy.
Yeah, and your
Because
diploma doesn't have grades.
you
I
have
always say that.
you have so much things juggling at one time that I don't want you to be focused on getting 100. You I want you to get a C, but then I have been trying to get B's because I've set a goal for myself. And there are times when I need to take a break, and I take a break, I shut down the computer. I like to read books. So I'll be reading the books from Nikkei to see if I can get some more money,
Yes, they're good.
right? So
Yeah.
I love reading books. So fear has no place in growth.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Take
Do we have any
action and fear.
do
Has
we
no
have any
place.
quick
I love it.
comments before we sign off here today? Because I know you have to leave, Megan.
I do. No more comments. No more comments.
Well, listen, this has been another amazing episode. You ladies
Amazing.
are
Oh, I
two
love
different
these
part of the
ladies.
world, two different part of your passion
Oh,
is something
gosh.
that mutually brings you together. We're delighted to have you as guests. We are going to be so delighted to hear your full presentations and your discussions on Sunday. And we invite everyone who's listening to register. Go to samuelfieldsconsulting.com. And of course, we want you to come, but we also want you to refer this to all of the young people in your contact list, be it your neighbor, your niece, your child, grandchild. You know, we are going to be imparting some really great knowledge to the young people, so they can't afford to miss it. I see we have one last comment before we leave.
And Carisha White is saying, great show. Thank you. You're welcome, Carisha. I gotta say, our shows are really great. All our shows.
They're fantastic. And they're so different.
Yeah.
It's always unexpected.
Always.
Trust me, I never know what we're going to talk about. We have a guide, but how often do we ever follow that guide? But it's
never.
It's something that they're like guardrails that keep us on track. Ladies, thank you so much again. We'll see you on Sunday.
Thank you so much,
Thanks for your
Nikkei and
contributions. We're
Rishika.
wishing you every success. We know we don't have to tell you aim for the stars. You guys are driven, and you're going to do great things. And hopefully, maybe when you go to visit the Queen, you'll meet Nikkei in person. You never know.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Let me know.
Oh, awesome.
Fantastic. Well, to all of our guests, we look forward to seeing you again next week. Hopefully, we'll see you before that on Sunday. And as we always say, you only live once, so make your money count. And thank you for being a great audience. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks so much.
And thanks to our techie, Alia, for putting this all together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alia. We appreciate you. We salute you. And of course, Alia is going to be there on Sunday because she's a youth. She's definitely one of those youths that she's making waves.
Absolutely. All right. Take care, everyone. Good seeing you, and have a great evening. Bye.
Okay. Take care, everyone. Bye.